Today's video is brought to you by Hunter Killer. This is a very fitting sponsor for the channel, since most of my videos are mysterious in nature. Hunter Killer is a subscription service which gives you realistic evidence each month to solve a mystery. With each box, you'll receive audio recordings, documents, notes, chat logs, video recordings, and much more. Since it's a lot of information to digest, you can play with a couple of friends or family, or by yourself if you feel confident enough to solve the mystery on your own. The plan starts at $25, and with each purchase, you'll support the Cold Case Foundation, which solves real-life cases as well. On top of that, visiting the link hunterkiller/Eudoxia and using the code Eudoxia will get you 20% off your first box. Again, make sure to use Eudoxia for a 20% discount. Thanks again to Hunter Killer for sponsoring this video. Welcome to the darkest YouTube videos Iceberg. In the following, I'll show and discuss YouTube videos while giving as much context and information as possible. Information that you may have not known before. I made an Iceberg video prior, which covered general disturbing things from the internet. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend doing so. Some of the topics I covered in that Iceberg will also be present here. You can just skip those if you already saw the prior video. Use the chapters on the timeline. If you end up liking this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I also have a Patreon where you gain early access to videos, have your name in the end credits, and so on. Thanks a lot to those that already became a patron. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoy. Starting with topic 1, Sad Satan. Most of my information comes from the Sad Satan subreddit. Back in 2015, a game circulating on the deep web called Sad Satan was gaining a lot of traction. While most YouTubers playing this game played a clean version of the game, there were actually at the very least 5 different versions of this game. The first version was played by Obscure Horror Corner. He had 5 videos depicting gameplay of Sad Satan, but one of them was either taken down or privated. He claims in an interview that he downloaded the game on an Onion site and decided to share the file of the game with others, but the Onion link itself did not work. Obscure Horror Corner never intended to share the game with others, since the Onion link was never supposed to work in the first place. It is an invalid link. The gameplays provided on his channel do not depict anything of graphic nature. However, it still depicts a bunch of disturbing content. The sound you just heard is a baby chanting in reverse. Allegedly, it was used to transmit encrypted messages to military or spies outside of their own country as a form of communication. The gameplay also frequently shows random images. Some depict malicious individuals such as Tsutomu Miyazaki. If you have never heard of this guy, I recommend looking it up since it adds an additional dark layer to this topic. Similar individuals would be shown throughout the gameplay. While the gameplay is fairly restricted with you walking around through hallways and nothing really happening, there is one NPC that can be found within the game. If you come too close to the girl, she'll begin to scream. The scream is provided by the game engine itself and is called Scream.wave, so it's not real. The second version of Sad Satan is a clone version of the game. Most people refer to this version when they talk about the original Sad Satan game. A person that goes by ZK made a 4chan post stating that the version that Obscure Horror Corner showed in his videos is incorrect. In the same post, he provided a download link to the allegedly real game. The file was filled with viruses, but it also contained the game. This time, the imagery shown while walking around was different. This version depicts CP and not safe for work imagery. As far as I'm aware, Some Ordinary Gamers is the only one on YouTube that uploaded gameplay from this version of the game.
Dude, that's really fucking weird. Fuck. Alright, now for the first time, I'm not leaving any download link for this. This game contains content that should not be allowed.
Some Ordinary Gamers is no stranger to deep web or dark web content. I doubt he would freak out this much if the content was harmless. The content is truly horrifying. While Some Ordinary Gamers censored most of the images, someone on Reddit made a few timestamps showing the original images. He quit the game before he saw the last image, which is g5.jpg, which is CP, according to the Redditor. The third version of this game was created by the Sad Satan subreddit. It is a clean version of the game, which most people saw when they watched YouTubers play it. Before we proceed to the fourth version of the game, let's talk about the creator of the second version, who went by ZK. On the Sad Satan subreddit, there was an individual called ScareBearZK. 4 days prior to the 4chan post, he made this post on the subreddit. Looking up his YouTube channel ScareBear will result in the following. Most of his uploads are music, but one of them is pretty striking. It's called Sad Satan. In the comment section, he talks about a game. The link that is being shared here is actually the fourth version of Sad Satan. It only contains a few not safe for work images. As for ScareBear, his newest upload shows him and his name in the end credits. ScareBear, also called Gary Grace with his real name, was caught having CP on his phone by his girlfriend and was convicted. As for the fifth and last version of the game, it was available on GameJolt. This one contains way more not safe for work imagery but no CP. While all of the other versions only contain one NPC, which is the little girl, this one contains an additional NPC. The fourth and fifth version also contain assets, which are not present in the first three versions. A lot of mysteries remain, so I might make an update video on this if I have more information. Moving on to the second topic, Cartoon Incorporated. I have only seen MemoMax cover this topic and it's definitely a pretty dark, yet very mysterious one. The fact that only Max covered this topic leaves a lot of questions unanswered, but more to that in a moment. There is a channel called Cartoon Incorporated, which is supposedly sharing unreleased cartoon movies like Frozen 3. The channel avatar alone is pretty striking. It looks like a more disturbing version of Elsa from Frozen. While the videos don't seem too fishy from their thumbnails and titles, the actual content is somewhat bizarre. Let's take a look. On top of that, the video included a few subliminal messages like, "We will make you feel good. Your brain will do as we command. You will take off your clothes. And you will take photos of yourself." Max claims there are even more in the video. The comment sections are somewhat weird as well. Numerous children celebrities want to get in touch, mostly for very explicit things, as you can see. Max then got in contact with a few of these commenters. He shared his interaction with one of them. Overall, it appears to be a ring that is trying to bait minors into clicking on these videos, as well as interacting with them in the comment section. After his investigations, Max reported the account and it got permabanned. Max did not archive any of the videos prior to it being banned. This brings us to the controversial part of this entire topic. A few people doubt that Cartoon Incorporated even existed in the first place. Here's a Redditor that made a post on our Elsagate. Here they say that prior to MemoMax's video, there was no mention of Cartoon Incorporated and that no archives of this channel exist. He speculates that it could have been fabricated for entertainment. Some claim that the content of his video was fictional and made for entertainment purposes. That the existence of Cartoon Incorporated is debatable and that none of the videos that Max mentioned are archived anywhere, thus it is unconfirmable if they even existed in the first place. I personally don't really think that Max would fake this entire story just for entertainment, but still, it remains a mystery to this date. Bringing us to topic 3. Magibon Stalker. I covered this topic in the prior Iceberg, so if you have seen this part already, just skip ahead using the chapters on the timeline. Magibon was one of the first YouTubers on this platform. Her first video dates back to 2006. As the title suggests, she is sitting and doing nothing. In other videos, she also talks to the camera and was actually uploading every now and then until 2014. I wouldn't say that the channel itself featured anything too out of the ordinary, but Magibon certainly attracted very suspicious individuals. On the website Magibon.com, we can find videos of a guy obsessed with Magibon. He claims to have tried to contact Magibon numerous times, even in real life, and ended up doing this video. Viewer discretion is advised for all of the following videos. It appears to be a very disturbed individual sharing his obsession with Magibon. But it didn't stop there. He in fact made 4 videos in this fashion. Sadly, the website Magibon.com has changed a lot ever since, and the videos aren't available anymore. Luckily, they have been archived. Let's take a look at the second video. In this one, the stalker named Frank shows himself in a gas mask. Similar to the first video, he has written text in the video showing his obsession towards Magibon. The third video is much of the same, but the fourth video just depicts the word "I'm sorry" for a minute. Keep in mind that videos like these were extremely rare back then. Nowadays you have a few art projects or videos with a similar production, but back then people were worried about Magibon's safety. I'm also pretty sure that Magibon was extremely disturbed and terrified. I mean, who wouldn't be? However, it was fairly easy to solve this entire thing. Back in 2008, people were discussing the Magibon project on forums. One individual managed to find out who owned Magibon.com. It was a Swede named Joachim Denning. On his own website Denning.com, people could see that he is a digital artist and designer. Nowadays, the website doesn't seem to feature anything. He states that he created a fictional stalker character who is obsessed over Magibon. It served as an experiment. Although this was a hoax in the end, keep in mind that this doesn't appear to be consensual. Magibon didn't know that this was a hoax. Imagine you being in Magibon's position and someone creating disturbing videos obsessing over you. Especially in the early stages of the internet, where videos like these were extremely rare and convincing. Experiment or not, this definitely is morally more than questionable. Topic 4. Bigmoney-T. Bigmoney-T, or also called with his real name, Trent Paschal, wasn't too well known for his YouTube content. It was more of a personal channel where he would upload family trips or make videos about his hobbies. The channel's last upload was him talking directly to the camera. Without taking too much away, let's take a look.
I didn't choose this. Your mom chose this. She's been cheating on me for a long time. I have audio of her talking to other guys. I didn't do nothing wrong to her. I put everything into this relationship. I have done nothing to your mom. I've never hit her. I've never hurt her. I've never called her names. I've done everything I can. I haven't done anything wrong. I don't know what else to say. I'm so sorry. I don't have better words right now. I'm hurting so bad. You done whatever you could. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love you so much. You love me like your own.
As you can see towards the end of the video, he abruptly stops talking and walks a few steps into the darkness. It's hard to tell, but it is assumed that he is hiding behind the shower curtains. While the video ends here, we know what happened. Savannah, his wife, entered the bathroom, to which Trent would react by pulling his gun and taking her life. From the looks of it, Trent's video was recorded mere seconds prior to him taking his wife's life. After the incident, Trent would drive to a Walmart. There, he would make the attempt to open fire, but was quickly stopped through the deputy present. Trent was hit 3 times by the deputy. Trent survived the injuries and was arrested. Continuing with topic 5, MrSleepyPeople. This one is actually a rather big rabbit hole here on YouTube and was firstly covered by Nick Crowley as far as I'm aware, so big credits to him. The YouTube account in question was deleted, so I'll try to work with way back and existing videos discussing the matter. MrSleepyPeople was one of many YouTubers uploading videos of what looks like a fetish of some sort. In his videos, he would go up to individuals and open their eyes while they were asleep. Sometimes he would even touch their eye. The people affected kept on sleeping, not realizing what just happened. This was only his first video. His next few videos continue in this fashion. In his third video, the title states that the victim is drunk and passed out. In fact, he has multiple videos where he claims the same stuff. In total, he uploaded almost 40 videos with over 10 different women. While you could maybe argue that all of this is just set up and consensual, there is reason to believe that it isn't. In one of his videos titled Big Brown Eye Check 2 towards the end, the victim seems to wake up. As a reaction, he steps away from the girl, trying to not get caught. To add to this, his descriptions are also somewhat dark. Here he writes, quote, "Gave a quick eye check, didn't have much time to do it, which isn't good. Her eyes were very beautiful. big and also very tasty when I licked and cleaned them while she was drunk and asleep. One of the most convincing pieces of evidence is the video titled "Quick Sleepy Eye Check Lick." This video clearly demonstrates that the women are in some sort of paralysis, either from being drunk and passing out, or just by being in a deep sleep state. Either way, you need to be conscious to give consent, and from the looks of it, the women in these videos seem to be unconscious. As for him sometimes flashing his light into their eyes and them not reacting to it, there is an explanation in one of his descriptions. One of his victims is partially blind, so that's probably why he feels more confident doing that with her. In one of his videos, he does the same thing he did to these women with his underage sister, which is by far the darkest video on his channel. As for his community, there is a lot of praise in the comments. Some people even want to trade videos. This would mean that the commenters themselves made, or at least possess videos similar to his, that they are willing to offer for some of his unreleased videos. This is very similar to the voyeurism community. In one of Steuerung F videos, a German YouTube channel making documentary style videos, they got in contact with people recording individuals in the bathroom or in portable toilets. They want to trade these videos with individuals that possess similar videos. One of the guys that gave an interview in the documentary was also selling his videos for a few $100. This just illustrates that something like this obviously exists, and through interactions it seems likely that MrSleepyPeople is also trading his videos with people within his community. While MrSleepyPeople deleted his channel, he's only one of many. There are numerous videos from different YouTubers still online, sharing the same disturbing content. Bringing us to topic 6, monkey hate, or also called Monkeygate. This is a YouTube community which is extremely dark and has been active for a couple of years. And to say that they despise monkeys would be an understatement. Typing monkey pain or monkey hate in the YouTube search bar will result in numerous videos and playlists depicting graphic content of monkeys. Some ordinary gamers made a video 3 years ago covering the same topic, and he showed a screenshot that was shared on our conspiracy. It depicts a screenshot of a comment section of one of the videos. "I want to kick him on the side of his face when he isn't looking. Nothing a 5-iron wouldn't fix," or "Normally I want them dead, but I hope this one lives, so that its agony continues day after day," are comments that clearly show that these individuals hate monkeys. In a specific video featured in Mura's video, it shows a guy hitting a monkey with a bottle. While this is fairly tame compared to other videos, the comments read, "Instead of using his water bottle to hit the monkey, he should have used a hammer," or "use a nail club instead of a bottle." However, not all of the people watching these videos were hating monkeys. Here, for instance, there are commenters criticizing this behavior. "You are being very cruel to that monkey. What goes around comes around in life, always does," or "This isn't funny. It's cruel." As to why these individuals hate monkeys is somewhat unclear. The guys on Debunk File also covered this topic a few years ago, and they came up with a theory that it might be some sort of childhood trauma, which developed a deep hatred against monkeys at an adult age. While this might apply to some, it definitely doesn't apply to all of them. There honestly isn't much to add here. It's somewhat sad that this topic did not gain the attention it deserved, and that these channels are operating to this date. Moving on to topic 7, Blankroomsoup.avi. I covered this topic in the prior Iceberg, so if you have seen this part already, just skip ahead using the chapters on the timeline. I remember when this was circulating around the web for the first time, and it was very disturbing without any context. Ever since, we know a lot more about the topic. In around 2005, a video named Freaky Soup Guy was circulating around the internet. Let's take a look. It appears to be a kidnapped guy that is forced to eat something and ends up crying. Interestingly, back then these videos would not gain a large number of views or attention. Nearly a decade later, people were posting this video on the deep web and were retitling it as Blankroomsoup.avi. This made people assume that this video was made for the snuff market. Like I mentioned prior, without any context and the surfacing on the deep web, it made sense to assume that this video has a very malicious backstory to it. Some Ordinary Gamers was one of the first creators to stumble across this video on the deep web. I want to include his reaction to give you an idea how people felt that discovered this video first.
It's a deep web video. I downloaded it. And well, I don't really know what to say. I saw it for a bit. Kind of getting sick kind of looking at the thumbnail. What the fuck is he eating? What's going on? I don't know what this is. I found this off of the deep web, and you know what? As pursuant to what I always do, I'm definitely gonna have to fucking forward this to an authority or something like that. That's really fucking messed up. I have no idea what to really say.
However, Raimbot did the first real investigation on the topic. RayRayTV on Dailymotion have done multiple videos in these characters, which all are somewhat odd. According to Raymond Percy, the guy behind these characters, his costumes have been stolen from his car. Afterwards, he received an email containing a link to Blankroomsoup.avi. This would mean that the characters featured on RayRayTV and the ones in Blankroomsoup.avi are different individuals. However, this topic is not solved at all. Raimbot makes it clear that this is just a theory. It also could be likely that RayRay's story is made up and serves as a publicity stunt to garner more attention. This topic remains unsolved to this date. This brings us to topic 8, Boot666. The first time I saw this covered anywhere was in Vex's video, so big credits to him. Boot666, or also called Boots for Crushing, was uploading videos stomping inanimate objects in high heels. This harmless content was uploaded on his Boots for Crushing YouTube channel. However, he had another YouTube channel called Boot666 without any public uploads. Boot666 was sharing unlisted videos on his Tumblr blog. This means that as long as you had a link to the video, you could view it, even though the video itself was not available for the public. In these unlisted videos, he would crush animals like snails or toads. I can't show any of the content here since it's extremely graphic. While both channels have been deleted, similar videos exist on YouTube to this date and can be found through an easy YouTube search. Topic 9. Blood over intent. I made a video discussing this matter over a year ago. It is a very distinct and dark YouTube rabbit hole that is truly bizarre. A user on our Intent Mystery shared a post describing a YouTube cult. He shared a few links that are tied to this cult. Ever since my first video on the topic, the quantity of channels associated with this topic seem to have increased. Overall, we can see individuals that smear their blood on a piece of paper. It seems to be some sort of ritual, since the paper includes a statement and the blood seems to function as a form of sacrifice. I can't show the footage here for obvious reasons, but you can take a look yourself by typing blood over intent in the YouTube search bar. While this entire thing doesn't seem morally questionable at first, it begins to get controversial when children are included in some of the videos. They aren't sacrificing their blood in these ones, but there's actually one case covered by Blame It on Jorge where a child is using her blood and smearing it on a piece of paper. I criticized this behavior in my first video already, so I won't go into length explaining why this is morally reprehensible. Anyway, back to the videos. In some of them there is audio in reverse.
Heel, stuff, Bigmoney. Heel, Sally, heel, that's life. Heel, Sally, heel, that's life. Heel, stuff, Bigmoney. Heel, stuff, Bigmoney.
While it was fairly unknown what kind of purpose this served, Blame It on Jorge asked one of the members of the cult. He received the following explanation, quote, "Reverse speech is a way of revealing what is occurring in human speech in the unconscious mind. David Oates is known for his work in reverse speech and shows how by recording and reversing speech reveals the truth. The truth is in reverse. This is what some of the cult members seem to believe in, that you can identify specific words and phrases in reverse speech that you couldn't otherwise, that this is the real truth. Overall, it's a very bizarre and cryptic topic. I think Jorge's video on the topic is by far the most elaborate one, so I definitely recommend checking it out for more information. Topic 10. Elliot Rodger. I covered this topic in the prior Iceberg, so if you have seen this part already, just skip ahead using the chapters on the timeline. Elliot Rodger took the lives of 6 people in 2014. The reason why this particular case is very interesting is because he uploaded a bunch of videos on his YouTube channel which shows his true intentions and basically serves as manifesto. There are a total of 21 videos on his channel, which obviously all have been deleted. Luckily, archives exist. In videos like Being Lonely on Spring Break, he talks about how lonely he feels and that girls don't really care about him. The next 2 are in a similar fashion, but this time his clear narcissism comes into play.
So many beautiful girls here, but none of them give me a chance, and I don't know why. I don't know why you girls are so repulsed by me. It doesn't make sense. I do everything I can to appear attractive to you. I dress nice. I'm sophisticated. I'm magnificent. I have a nice car, a BMW. Well, it's nicer than 90% of the people in my college. I'm the ultimate gentleman. And yet, you girls, you never give me a chance. I don't know why. You know, I put a lot of effort into dressing nice. These sunglasses here were $300. Giorgio Armani. So I'll put them on. See?
He further shows in the same video that he's extremely desperate for a girl.
Pretty faces. And I want one for a girlfriend. I want to take a girl out on a date and prove to her that I'm worthy. I want to feel that sense of being worthy of a girl's love and affection. I'm 22 years old and I've never had a girlfriend. I'm still a virgin. I've never had the pleasure of having sex with a girl, sleeping with a girl, kissing a girl. I've never even held a girl's hand. Hell, I don't even have a young girl's phone number in my cell phone.
In the next one, he sits in his car, stalking other couples on the beach and complaining about how he doesn't have a girlfriend himself.
In front of me, sitting right there on that bench, is a young couple, I presume about my age. I was enjoying such a nice view until they came and sat down and started kissing. This is the reason why life isn't fair. Why does that guy get to have such a beautiful girlfriend while I'm all alone?
In his last video titled Elliot Rodger's Retribution, he declares his quote-unquote retribution. He wants revenge for all of the years he had to endure the pain of being alone and being rejected by all women. Additionally to the videos, he also uploaded a manifesto in text form, which still can be found online. Overall, he killed 6 people, injured 14, and took his own life. This brings us to our last topic, Pipergate. I first heard about this topic when I received an email sharing a 4chan case report PDF, which consists of 33 pages. I was planning on covering it, but a few YouTubers were a bit quicker. Most of my information comes from the 4chan case report. While the Anons talk a lot about Twitter and Discord accounts as well, I'll mostly just refer to the YouTube accounts Isabel Piper and Piper Rocks, even though there are a handful more channels which definitely are of interest. Both of them feature content that seems very fishy. The uploads of both channels are fairly similar. There isn't much information about the girl shown in the videos, except that she is 10 years old. The video content itself is horrifying. Since the channels have been taken down by YouTube, I'll show you some of the archive footage from Nick Crowley's video. I think it goes without saying that this content is disgusting and definitely CP suggestive. However, this wasn't even the worst stuff that this YouTube channel featured. Some of the comments are also sickening. One reads, quote, "You need more booty shaking, but it was still good." The other one is in Spanish. It translates into, "I'm in love. Let's contact each other." This one even received a reply from Isabel Piper. And she asked him how old he is, to which he replies with 19, and he asks her for her age. She claims to be 11. The conversation ends with him saying, "In love, there is no age." She seems to unwillingly produce content for sick-minded individuals. At first glance, it's unclear whether the girl featured on these two channels is the original owner of these accounts. The last video on the channel is called "In the Woods Editing My Video." Let's take a listen.
Hi guys. Well, I was editing some of my videos and I forgot and left the camera on, so thought I'd upload it and show you guys. Hope you like it. See you later, baby. Yeah.
In this one we can hear a voice that seems to have been pitched higher. The voice doesn't really match that of a minor. It sounds fake. Also, the fact that one of the channels, that seem to be from the same creator called Nicole W, has videos that date back a decade ago somewhat removes the possibility that a genuine minor is behind these channels. Overall, we have a channel that is posting fishy content, is pretending to be a preteen, and is using a high-pitched voice in the videos. While this could be a typical catfish account to bust predators and get them arrested, it also could be something else. In 2020, a few Anons started an investigation and compiled the information into a 33-page PDF file exposing the person behind these channels. The Anons managed to track the email address associated with the YouTube account. The email address was then reverse searched, which led them to the creator of Piper Binds. It was an individual called William Glenn Whitaker. This person actually had numerous email addresses, which were used to create pretty much all of the other accounts in this rabbit hole. William Glenn Whitaker is a 65-year-old registered sex offender, proven guilty in a court of law on 3 charges of possession of CP and later released on bail. William is a Caucasian male with brown hair and blue eyes. He is 5'8" tall and weighs 200 pounds. He was charged on the 18th of June 2002 in Hillsborough, Florida. William is also the former owner of Wizard Productions modeling agency, an unlicensed talent house where parents would take their kids to be filmed, typically dancing or singing, with the hopes that their kids would become famous, showing off their various talents. Because the business was unlicensed, the authorities eventually caught up to William, forcing him to abandon his business in an attempt to avoid legal consequences in 2005. It is theorized that William may have used this business to sell copies of videos and pictures to predators. This is very similar to the House of Jai stuff that I covered in a previous video. Jai Lee was an individual that was using his profession as film director to potentially produce malicious content of children. Anyway, the rest of the PDF file contains investigations on his Twitter accounts, which are extremely explicit. The images shared on there are far worse than the stuff on YouTube. On there, numerous predators try to get in contact with Piper. Whether Piper got in touch with these people and shared some more private content is unknown. Regardless, the investigation came to a halt ever since William Glenn Whitaker passed away. The 4chan case report also dug into other people's accounts, so there is definitely a lot more to uncover. And that's it with the video. Depending on the feedback, I might do another Iceberg in the future. If you have ideas for Iceberg videos, let me know in the comments. I want to thank everyone who decided to become a patron. Specifically, I want to thank Lindsay, Arvin, Adrian Hellcrow 44, Crab, Ellie Bueno, Solar9, Foster Bradley, Days Case, Santino Sierra, James Baker, Halo Hall, Angelica Mary Clark, Spooky Dulcet, Ahem KH, Bodhi, Maquamente, Elsie Rabel, Victor, Synchro, Blankface, Pat Weed, Jen, and Billy Racine. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and goodbye.